Well, the NFL season officially kicks off tomorrow, but a lot of people want to know about the Super Bowl. And the one thing on their mind is who will play the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, there are rumors, as I'm sure you've heard, that it could be Taylor Swift. I love how they push that. Now Goodell says the decision is actually out of his hands. He's waiting for Jay-Z to make a decision, and here's why. Jay-Z's Rock Nation group has been in charge of picking the halftime show since 2019. So in an exclusive interview this morning, Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin, you see they're asking NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell if Swift could be, in fact, taking the stage.
Fans think so, and they've been hunting for Easter eggs hidden in her tour, her outfits, even her Instagram likes. But here's the wild part. Roger Goodell just said she's welcome anytime, and the decision might actually lie with Jay-Z, not the league. So who really decides the biggest show on earth?
Is Taylor Swift invited to play the Super Bowl this year, the halftime show?
We would always love to have Taylor play. She is a special talent.
During a September 3rd appearance on The Today Show, the commissioner didn't confirm or deny when Savannah Guthrie asked if the pop star is this year's headliner, although he praised her talent and said the invite always stands. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is responding to rumors that Taylor Swift may be the 2026 Super Bowl halftime performer, emphasis on the maybe.
And if Swift is already showing up in the VIP box for Travis Kelce, does that give her the inside track? Let's untangle this rumor mill. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
Commissioner, there are those of us who watch for the game, there are those who watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, and then there are those who watch for the halftime show, which brings me to our final question.
I wonder where you're going, Sue.
Yes, I bet you do.
Goodell, who proclaimed he is a Swiftie, also shared that he's waiting for Jay-Z to announce the news, as the rapper's company Rock Nation is still producing the halftime show.
She would be welcome at any time.
Is it in the works?
I can't tell you anything about that.
Is it a maybe?
It's a maybe.
Okay. We'll take a maybe.
It's a maybe.
Fans honestly act like Taylor's already mailed in her RSVP card for the halftime show, while the NFL sits there like a poker player refusing to show any emotion at the table. Swifties have basically turned detective work into a full-time job. A red dress becomes a coded signal. A stage backdrop with fireworks somehow morphs into she's hinting at the big game. Even a random Instagram like gets screenshotted 10 times and tossed into the rumor pot. It's less innocent fan fun and more like an army of people convinced they're the Sherlocks of pop stardom. This hyper-decoding slams into the NFL's way of doing things, which is polished, corporate, and tightly scripted. The league loves slow strategic rollouts, press releases, and sponsor tie-ins that sound as exciting as reading a tax form.
When can we expect the decision to be announced?
I'm waiting on my friend Jay-Z to be able to help me with that one. It's in his hands. I'm waiting for the smoke to come out. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But you're a Swiftie.
The pop star mentioned the number 47 a few times during the episode, and the 47th stop on the Eras Tour was at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, where the Super Bowl is taking place.
I'm definitely a Swiftie.
Of course you are.
That's why I have a few Swifties at home, as you know.
Yes.
So.
Swifties began to speculate if Taylor would be this year's headliner after she seemingly dropped some Easter eggs during her New Heights podcast appearance.
On the other side, Swifties will collect 20 blurry TikTok screenshots and say, see, she's definitely booked for February. That's like someone looking at bubbles in a sourdough starter and insisting they can read a hidden message that says Super Bowl confirmed. Silly? Absolutely. Convincing enough to trend on Twitter anyway? Of course. Concrete examples make this even wilder. Swift just happens to have a break in her Eras Tour schedule that lines up perfectly with the Super Bowl weekend. Fans pointed out the suspicious gap like it was a crime scene clue. Another big one, a color scheme she used during a performance matched almost perfectly with the NFL's branding that year. And before anyone could roll their eyes, that theory had racked up millions of views online. The math is simple for these fans. Empty weekend plus matching colors equals halftime domination. To them, it's basically solved. Now, contrast that with Roger Goodell's official statement. The commissioner tells reporters she would be welcome at any time. Sounds sweet, right? Wrong. That's the classic corporate version of, we'll see. He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. It's basically like when someone says, I'd love to hang out sometime, but never gives you a date. Goodell has mastered the art of answering without answering, which is why he survived as commissioner in the first place. Swifties, of course, ate it up and spun it as a secret confirmation, but anyone who's watched Goodell long enough knows that tone. It's the professional dodge. The bigger question then becomes, if it's not Goodell's job to decide who actually pulls the strings. The NFL pretends to be vague here on purpose. They'd rather the mystery live on than confirm anything early. The commissioner smiling and acting supportive keeps both fans and sponsors interested, but the truth is control doesn't sit in his lap. It sits with Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Those are the people who craft the lineup. They're the ones balancing charts, public image, and sponsor interests in deciding who gets those 15 minutes on the halftime stage. And that's where everything flips, because suddenly it's not about whether Taylor has a break in her tour schedule. That's irrelevant. It's not even about her popularity, because obviously she's one of the biggest artists alive. It becomes about whether Jay-Z wants to put her there. If he thinks she fits into his larger plan for the halftime show lineup, then Taylor's in. If not, then all the Easter eggs in the world won't crack the code. And that's the real twist people don't talk about. The big question isn't, can Taylor do it? It's, does Jay-Z want her to do it? That angle changes everything, even the way fans view her public appearances. Her connection to Travis Kelce, one of the NFL's biggest stars, now feels like part of the bigger chessboard. It's not just romance splashed across gossip sites. It subtly ties her closer to the league itself, making the idea of her on that halftime stage feel like destiny rather than rumor.
The world, pop superstar Taylor Swift is officially engaged. Indeed, Swift posting these photos to her Instagram just moments ago. Yeah, there it is.
I
These
can't
loved
believe
up
it.
photos, as they call it, right?
Oh, I feel like we've all been waiting for this.
I think that's actually kind of funny.
I mean, how many of us have been just waiting on pins and needles for this moment?
The whole Taylor Swift world, all the Swifties, right?
I mean, wow. It's just, God, they've been together, I mean, since what, 2023?
Yeah.
And that was after Kelce expressed interest.
You can see her now fiance, also Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis
Beautiful.
Kelce. Down on one knee, Swift captioned the post, quote, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married.
So
Whether or not Jay-Z interprets it that way is another story. But one thing's clear, this story stopped being about silly online Easter eggs a long time ago. It's turned into a power struggle dressed up as entertainment.
in dating Swift on his podcast, New Heights. Look at the podcast coming through with the it's like an official lifelong moment here with that podcast brought.
Indeed, it is what she's been writing about, that whole big grand
That's
gesture
right.
of love.
This whole Taylor Swift Super Bowl debate isn't really about Easter eggs at all. It's about who holds the power. Fans scream online, Goodell puts on his polite smile, but Jay-Z is the one quietly deciding behind the curtain. That makes every clue fans dig up feel exciting but also powerless. So what do you think? Will Taylor finally take over the halftime stage, or will the NFL keep it safe and wheel out somebody else? Remember, this isn't just a concert. The halftime show is the most carefully arranged piece of pop culture chess the world ever watches.